What's going on? What's up? It's your boy Elijah back in with another video. But today's video, we're going to be talking with my guy here, Nick. He's been a good friend of mine, and he's in the fitness industry. And he got his main TikTok channel, 700K followers, and then we're just gonna chop it off, man. He's a wise guy, so we're gonna be going in depth on content creation and how he got started and all these things, right? But yeah, man, how's it been? How are you doing?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing really good. Thank you for the introduction, by the way. That was solid. I'm doing good, man. Yeah. I'm chilling, everything's good, life is good,
Right.
and that's about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. So the reason why I want to start this podcast is this is gonna be the first episode, by the way. It's I want to talk about related to creators, like not
Mm,
just content creators, right? But people who's creating something, like they're creating their career, they're creating their business, just being a founder and all these things, right? And a lot of us in where we came from, our community is we're on the starting ground, and I'm gonna probably get a lot more people here. I want to share that value to other people as well, because I know a lot of people there are curious. They don't know what they want to do. So this is just to give them some insight on maybe one of the things they might be interested at. They can get into. But yeah, man. And kind of get right into it. I want to know more about how you got started in your journey as a fitness coach and just in general on the content creation.
yeah. I can take it way back.
Yeah, man.
Just go
I
like,
want it all. I want it
okay.
all, bro.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Because yeah, this is the first time I even said this to you. So,
Yeah, I know,
um,
man. We've been talking a lot, but
yeah, but
I
yeah.
asked
So, all
that
right,
question.
let's just dive deep. All right, so
Yeah.
it's 20 2018. I just graduate high school,
Hmm.
and I start picking up a camera and I start making just little YouTube videos, and they're like just vlogs of me,
Hmm.
just everyday life or just me being silly. There wasn't a niche or anything. It was just documenting my life,
Hmm.
thinking I'm gonna be like Logan Paul, David Dobrik, like one of these dudes, right?
Yeah.
It was fun, but I was getting like no views.
Is this
Uh,
YouTube?
yeah, this is
Okay.
YouTube. So yeah, this is like around the era of like when Logan Paul was like starting to really grow, and
Hmm.
like David Dobrik again. Yeah, those were like the two like really big inspirations for me
Right.
at the time with that. So I was like trying to implement that. Um, and I was just like trying to do it. Yeah, just pretty much out of high school. Like that summer, just with some friends from high school.
Uh-huh.
Like we were just like making fun stuff, like funny stuff,
Hmm.
all this like, just dumb stuff at the end
When
of the
did the
day.
switch happen? Uh, like from TikTok, because you did grow a lot of following on TikTok.
Yeah. So did the vlogs. I got rid of that. And then it
Hmm.
was like a couple of months later, I was like super skinny. But I was like, all right, I know how to do like YouTube now because
Hmm.
I learned how to edit and all this stuff and all that stuff. So I started posting on YouTube, just like workouts and whatnot, but
Right.
YouTube wasn't like working. I still wasn't getting the views or anything, like it wasn't gaining any sort of traction.
Right.
So that's when like TikTok was like popping and whatnot.
Hmm.
So this is like I believe like the end of 2019. And then that's when I started just posting content on, like workouts to be doing and all this stuff. Mind you, too, like my physique was trash. Like it was so bad. I was like skinny fat and all these things. And I was saying like, yo, do this to get like big arms. And like
Right.
my arms were super thin like this. Um, so yeah, I would say like the beginning of like
Yeah.
2020s when I started doing
I want to
TikTok.
kind of get into that too. Was when you started, you said you were kind of not as fit as now, right?
Mhm.
And did as you know, if like TikTok's pretty harsh, man. Was
Yeah.
there? Did you get like any flat like slash back on that? Just some hate comments or like people just clowning? And I also kind of want to get in there too as well. Like, how did you handle that? And what people can expect, like if they're starting their own journey as a content creator as well.
Yeah. All the time. I
Yeah.
mean, like if you're not, if it, I forget the quote exactly, but
Was
it's
it
just
about
some.
like if you haven't offended someone till like afternoon, then you haven't marketed hard enough? Something like that.
No, it's
It's
like
different.
if you don't got haters, then you're doing something wrong.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So like if you got haters, you're doing something right. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's it. So I mean, honestly, like if you're posting content and that's what you want to do, like genuinely, then like go for it type of thing.
100%.
Um, like with me, I was just like, I really don't care because I'm just gonna post it
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do it because like I thoroughly like enjoy it, you
Right.
know? Like it
When was
wasn't
the
just Mhm.
the when did you start seeing, how did you scale that fast? I feel like because 700K is a lot, man. Like, and you said you started like late 2019 on TikTok.
Mhm.
And when did you start hitting that 700K?
That I started getting in the summer of 2020.
20.
And yeah,
So
that
what was
was
the time
that
span on that?
like 6 months.
6 months?
So
So
six
it
or
was
seven
like
months.
fast, man.
Yeah. And this is talking like consistent every day. I'm putting out like 8 to 10 pieces, man.
Eight to
Like
10 posts
I'm
per day.
yeah, of like workouts and stuff, nutrition, all this stuff,
If you were to
like
start
mhm.
again this year, like July 2022, and just completely from scratch, and you're trying to make it at TikTok as content creator, what would you do?
uh don't cloud chase
No cloud
because
chase?
yeah, don't do that. Don't get attached to the number. Like that kind of falls into that, but like literally do it because you want to do it.
Right.
Um, and like you have to be 100% you in this. You can't be anybody else because if you try to be somebody else, you're going to have a shaky foundation. And when you have a shaky foundation, you can have the biggest following in the world, but no one supports you, no one cares about you. When you go out in public, no one knows you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a strong foundation, like people buy your stuff, like if you're like an affiliate or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case may be, like they're going to support you like on your deathbed. They'll
Right.
be at your funeral. Like that's what I would, if I had to tell like my younger self, like if I was just starting this type of
Mm-hmm.
thing, that's what I would tell myself. You have to be 100% authentic in this and you have
Yeah.
to be who like Nick Drivas truly is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, who is Nick
mhm.
Drivas? Like the content that you're making right now, what are you putting out, and what do you feel um like you want to send the message out there to people? Like what are you trying to accomplish with like creating content and all that stuff, right?
Well, first off, I want to say I'm Nick Drivas and I'm a super confident dude. I just want to put that out there. But so like, yeah, I do fitness coaching. I help men in their 20s and 30s achieve their dream physique
Mm-hmm.
in 90 days or less. And like, that's what I do. That's the fitness coaching. That's the business that I run and everything.
Right.
But I mean, like that's the type of content like I'm not going to put out like some random stuff. Like it's all going to be like niche related to fitness, nutrition, motivational stuff, gym type of deal. It's not going to be something along the lines of just like putting out whatever just cuz. Does that answer your question? I know you had more. I kind of actually forgot what else you asked with
Yeah,
that.
just pretty much
Mhm.
just so mainly fitness, but I also want to know why you're putting out fitness content. Like get me the why, the your main why, and why you're posting, and what drives you right
Got
now.
it. Yeah, yeah, 100%. So it kind of ties all back into when it was like back in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
where I was like super skinny,
Mm-hmm.
dudes ripping on me. I know I said like, yeah, I didn't care, but there was also like, just for me, like I did want to get bigger because I wanted to help more people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's like those dudes that are like, even if it's dudes in high school, dudes in their 20s that are like in college and they just want to get bigger. They're super skinny, they don't know what to do. And I was in that same boat.
Right.
Like I had to go through the trial and error period of looking on forums and YouTube, the Quora website, like
Yeah.
what's the best exercises for fat loss or like all
Mhm.
these things. And then like my thing is that I don't want dudes to like go through all that, go through that big trial and error period because like why waste all that time,
Mhm.
type of deal. So that's why I do what I do. And yeah, that's
No,
basically it on that.
all right.
That's
All
why I do
right.
it. Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's really inspiring because would you say you're doing it for that kid as well? Just progressing every day, right?
Like I'm doing it for the 2019 Nick. That's what
Yeah.
I do it for. Yeah. The younger version of Nick Drivas. That's who I do it for.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself? Like, I don't know, like where do you want to get this? Because I know you got your own coaching, fitness coaching as well. And how has that been? And how are you using your account in TikTok to leverage that?
Yeah, 100%. So, first things first, like with the coaching and everything, everything's
Mhm.
been good, getting
Mhm.
clients and whatnot. Always looking for more though, always trying to train more guys
Mhm.
that are just like committed to the process, ready to go with that.
Right.
And then with the TikTok, I use that as like a monetization to
Mhm.
basically like get clients and whatnot. There's a whole like process. I don't know if you want
Mhm.
me to like dive into
Yeah,
like
bro.
how all
Go for
that
it.
works. Yeah, so basically, oh, let me mention too or no, like about the new account or not
Oh
yet.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
Let
so
me know that
there,
about that. Like why did he create that new account?
okay, gotcha. So I have this one account that has 700K.
Hmm.
But like I said before, with having a shaky foundation, because that's like the boat that I'm in, right? Is that I have 700K, but when I
Hmm.
walk outside, no one knows who Nick Drivas is, like,
Hmm.
like that fame recognition type thing, right?
Right.
Um, so at first it was to use that for my TikTok to monetize off of it. There's a
Hmm.
way where you can just be like, put a post to a specific audience that need the help, and you could be like, send me a DM from the post, and then people reach out to you. It could be like with the word, like send me a DM with the word muscle, for like if
Hmm.
it's based off like they want to build more muscle. They
Hmm.
send you a DM and whatnot. You talk to them. There's a whole like process and whatnot to see if they're even qualified. If so, you hop on a call, and
Hmm.
then from there, you go through a much larger process of like pain and whatnot, what they're going through. Once again, if they're a good fit, you offer your program and how you can help them, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's not really about the money, to be honest.
100%.
Just how you can help them, um, get them from that A to B, because they're currently at, they're stuck and they want to transform. They want to get their dream physique in this case, right? So
Yeah.
that's how we can
Yeah.
help them. Um, and then yeah, if they sign up, they sign up. If not, whatever.
All right.
Um,
Cool.
and then from there, it's just yeah, that's basically, and then they become a client. So
Hmm.
that's how it works from my
That's
TikTok
the
and
ideal,
whatnot.
right? But as we know,
Mhm.
it's not always that easy, right?
Yeah, 100%. And especially if it's like the account that has 700K, because the foundation is shaky. So
Right.
that's why
Because
like you
I'm
need that.
surprised
Yeah.
you had a lot of following, but it was not you were getting calls, but it was not like qualified too, we would say. But
Mhm.
I'd say like now that you started this account, what are you doing different from that your main account, your previous account?
Number one is being 100% more authentic, I would say. So in regards to that, like making it more relatable,
Mm-hmm.
like showing who Nick is in a sense, and also providing like the tips and whatnot, like
Mm-hmm.
fitness wise. Because on the old account, it wasn't like that. I was cloud chasing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll admit it, like yeah, and that's not who Nick Drivas is. So
Yeah.
that's why with this new account, it's got to be just more genuine, show who he really is at the end of the day. And that's going to attract more high quality people,
Mhm.
better leads, and then people that are actually committed to the process, to the coaching and all that.
Got you.
Mhm.
Man, that's actually because I bet what was like your mindset too, because you had 700K, man, and creating a new account was kind of like that's a big time, but that's a big move. And did you had any friction on creating that new account, or like you was like, okay, no, I gotta actually create this new account, or how did that work? Did you had like any resistance on creating that new account, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna keep using this 700K account, but
Yeah, so I was trying with the 700K account for like a couple of months. It was getting me leads and whatnot, but
Mhm.
like they weren't qualified.
Right.
And I wasn't getting the amount of views compared to somebody that actually has a strong foundation of
Hmm.
700K on
Right.
TikTok. So I was like, my videos aren't performing that good.
Hmm.
The engagement just in general, like the comments and all that stuff, it's low. And the leads are trash. So
Hmm.
like fix it, right?
Right.
Like that would
Right.
so it I had to think about it for a minute to really be like, all right, do I really want to start all over? But
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Start over, do it right this time. You know, you got the lessons now from the previous
Right.
account. Just don't do the same thing again, basically. So,
How would what's like the what would you say are the good foundations on starting a account in TikTok, or just being a content creator in general? Like what what do you think is a good foundation, and what's your foundation right now? What are you building?
I
That's
would
kind of a lot
say,
of question right there.
yeah, hold on. Let's,
Just do the first one. Like,
yeah,
what do you think is a good foundation for a content creator?
okay. Foundation would definitely be, like I keep saying, 100% authenticity with yourself.
Hmm.
Putting out valuable content as well. Like
Hmm.
in regards to like if you're in a niche, like show this side of you of like how knowledgeable you are in like whatever you do. Um, see like what you can do. See also like what's working and what's not. Like if
Hmm.
something's not working, like don't continue to do it. But also like again, you can't like just cloud chase and hop on trends and do all
100%.
that stuff. Strong foundation would also be like engaging with your community, like people in your comments, like get
Right.
back to them, even just send like a quick like, hey, what's up, you know,
Hmm.
if you got the time type of deal. um, I would also say, yeah, with content, like also just again like the relatable stuff, so you can show that you're an actual person. That's all. I feel like this is all that it is. Like you have to feel like what they're feeling in a sense. And what I mean by that is like, imagine like they're like, oh, it feels like I know Nick. Like that's how you want to get on the level with them, but they never actually met you in person. It's only through the screen.
Hmm. So it's authenticity, value that you give out, and
Mhm.
relatability.
Yeah,
What am I
100%.
missing anything, or is it the three main things?
Yeah, those three main things.
So if you're starting a content, if you want to be a content creator, think about it, and you're starting, the three main foundation you need to think of is being 100% true to yourself, being authentic. Second is giving value. And I feel like also just in general, just giving away all of the information that you have, and just
Hmm.
giving them all out there. And lastly is being relatable, and just trying to relate what you're doing to other people. There are
Yeah,
three good main foundations to have.
yeah. Honestly, like if I had to give the sauce away, that's it. So
That's it.
yeah.
Right. What's your goal in that? Because I know you started that, and I now you're building is a good foundation. Do you have any
Mhm.
targets, goals, any targets on like reaching like in a few months, in a in 8 week span, or anything like that? What are your targets?
Yeah, by target goals, like what do you mean specifically?
Just like we could say as a content creator wise, like what are your targets as does following matter when you're building a business through your content, and just pretty much just yeah, like either it could be a following, or maybe it's just like getting clients, or like
Got it. Yeah,
engaging with
yeah.
your community, stuff like that.
Got it. So as of this recording, it's July.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely by August, September to have 100K like real followers
Mm-hmm.
that actually like it's like almost just like a solid like cult quote unquote following,
Mm-hmm.
like dudes that actually just like can I curse on here or not?
Yeah, bro, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, but like that fuck with you type of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
right? Like they're just, you know, like other gym bros and like all that stuff for my
Mm-hmm.
niche, right? So like having that is definitely the goal. And then definitely get some more clients. Definitely if I'm at like that 100K,
Mm-hmm.
another like 15 solid clients, paid in
Right.
fulls and whatnot.
Okay. So that's like the main goal. What are you doing right now? Like as content wise, what's the content calendar looking like?
Yeah. So 3 to 4 pieces a day of, like I just said, like value content and then like relatable content. Adding my personality in there, you know, some funny stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
remind you this is all like fitness, you know, like I'm not just posting like the trend that's happening in wherever, you know,
Right.
like it's all stuff that relates to like what I'm doing. Like I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna hop on a trend just
Right.
cause like
100%. No, I agree on
yeah.
that, man.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like right now you're being like on your videos you're being 100% authentic now that you created that new account?
I would say yes, but I feel like I can go deeper if that
Go
makes
deeper.
sense. Yeah.
What do you need to do to get that, because that's my main goal on my
Mhm.
account too, is just when I talk to the camera is I'm being authentic as possible. Like they've met me in person. That's what I want to give
Mhm.
out when I post the video. I don't just want to put out this face and just kind of like talk. And I just actually want to give value, talk about what I'm doing so they can relate, or maybe in some way they can use what I'm doing as an inspiration on where do you want to go. That's like my main thing, right? And
Mhm.
what do you think is like the next step for you to actually get deeper on authenticity? Like just
Dude, yeah, it's like, dude, I get it all the time when I say that word.
yeah,
Um, with authenticity, I do
yeah,
feel like to go deeper, is to talk about deeper subjects
you're
that
right,
people aren't comfortable with,
right.
because then it shows that you're not just surface level.
Hmm. Like
Like
what?
you,
Like what for
um,
you? Like let's say Nick, what
mhm.
are the things that you feel like you should be putting out there, but you feel like you're still kind of, I'm not sure if I should put that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. Keep it raw. I don't care. Like personally with me, it's like I have a big like anxiety thing.
Hmm.
Um, in regards to just like where everything goes and like with the
Right.
business and all this stuff, or just like normal
Hmm.
daily things, to be
Hmm.
honest. And then what happens is there's like anxiety, and that's linked with depression. So there's
Right.
times when I even have depression with this. So I know there's a lot of dudes that go to the gym that have that same thing. So I think talking about that stuff, talking about like more stuff like that in my
Hmm.
content, diving deep into those that like you're not alone type of thing, and all this stuff, and like you're not the only one. Like there's others out there that are
Hmm.
going through the same thing as you, and like we got your back type of thing. Yeah, I think talking about like just stuff that relates like human to human, on a deeper than just surface level.
All right. Well, okay, let's get into some conversation about that then. Like,
Mhm.
what are you working on right now that's like some things that you've mentioned. Um, let's see here. What are some things that like on your business right now, let's say,
Mhm.
how has it been and what's the journey been like on that?
Yeah, it's been good. So since November of last year is like when I really started to take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I went like super full time with it and all this stuff. Started learning about like sales because like I didn't
Right.
know anything about sales. Like how to talk to prospects, how to
Mm-hmm.
appointment set, all this stuff. It was all brand new.
Right.
If anything, I knew like marketing of a sense, like
Mm-hmm.
because of the TikTok. Like I had the TikTok following from that first account.
Yeah.
So like I had that, but like I had no idea how to hop on calls. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember the first call, like I thought I did really good, but I looked back at it and I was like, what the heck was I saying? Why
Yeah.
did I say that? Why did I do this? Like type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just very like bubbly and like all this stuff. And now like one thing that I am learning, like or like sharpening, was that your question?
Yeah.
Like at the moment?
So
Yeah.
just pretty much that and like right now, what's going on in your business right now?
Yeah.
What's can we talk numbers in this too or
Yeah,
right.
100%. I was just getting at like something is like my
Yeah.
sales skills, like sharpening that up even
Uh-huh.
more. Um, like now I'm good at it, but I want to be like superior, like a warrior at it,
Yeah.
basically. Where it's just like I can just do it like the back of my hand, type of thing.
How
Um,
many are you booking?
mhm,
Like, let's say if someone wants to start their own, because this kind of applies to in any other niche, right? Like, if you
mhm,
want to start your own marketing agency, if you want to start being a consultant on a certain niche, or just being a coach in general, you need to get on sales calls. And I feel like that's one of the foundations that you do need to require from 0 to 100K. And sales call is something that a lot of people are shy away from. And then personally for me too, it was something where when I was starting to do it, I had some limiting beliefs on me. It's like, oh, like should I even be charging this much, right? Like,
mhm.
and then eventually you kind of start unpeeling it and seeing the value when you actually charge what you're worth of, and just the person that you're going to be talking to is going to be much more qualified just because you're true to yourself, and whatever you believe your value is, that's the people you're going to attract is also like what you believe in as well.
Yeah.
So how's that been? Like, what if you were going to start, like what are your targets right now, like for sales calls and like conversation started and stuff, all that stuff?
Yeah, so I'm targeting dudes in their 20s to 30s that are trying to achieve their dream physique.
Yeah.
And when I'm on the sales call, just diving deep into like where they're at, what's going on in regards to their fitness, like nutrition and all that stuff.
Mm.
And then once again, if they're a good fit, um, lock them into the program and all that.
Mm. And the how many like per day, what are you doing right now on like for to get sales book calls and stuff like that?
So how many book calls am I taking per day? Is that what you're asking?
No, like just how many conversations are you starting to get
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for like prospecting all that,
with
I'm
prospecting?
doing I'm sending out 40 messages a day,
Mhm.
get a couple of responses out of that. And then there's probably around like if it was from like 40 a day, around
Mhm.
1 to 2 book calls off of that. Yeah.
1 or 2 book calls in a 40 messages, right?
Yeah.
Tell us
Hmm.
about percentage wise. Is
Um,
it like 30, 20%, 10%, 10, 20%?
I don't have my thing and I am terrible at math.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay. 40 conversations started, and then out of those 40, you should in minimum get 1 or 2 book calls.
Yeah.
And then how about your closing rate? How's that been?
Closing rate, usually around at the moment, it's been a bit slow. So I took a couple, but this is because it was like the leads were kind of trash.
Mm-hmm.
Um, only been like 10%. So
Mm-hmm.
been a little
Where are you trying to
slow.
get that to?
Yeah. Definitely around like 20%.
20%
25%.
closing rate,
And
right?
yeah, and then definitely like excel at that to, even close
Yeah, I feel
more.
like that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people thinks too, like, oh, it's easy to start a business, but it's not, man. Like, as you guys can see, like he's talking to 40 people like every single day, and he getting like one or two book calls, but not all of those people that you talk to, they become his actual client. And I think that's what a lot of people overlook when people gets to that level, like they're hitting 100K weeks, 100K months, and it's just like nothing, right? Because they've built like a team around them. But the thing is, you actually gotta eat shit first when you're starting. And I feel like um people think when you're starting, it's not easy, man. It's you gotta build it up. We don't, it depends too, like a year or two, sure, but sure you can cut that off in a shorter frame. But if you have like zero experience, just don't have any expectation to get rich. And that shouldn't be even your main purpose and why you're getting into business at the first place. For me, it's not like the main reason why I started business was because like you could help so much more people. Like that's just my perspective. For me, I really value uh being able to add value in people's lives, just because since I was a kid, a lot of people has helped me, and I want to give back to people. And the best like outlet that I saw that to be able to accomplish that is through business. And I don't even see it as just like this, oh, I'm gonna start a business so I can get more, like a lot of money. I saw it as it's a vehicle for me to be able to reach out to more people and actually help them out. And sure, yeah, like that's like at first at the beginning, that was probably like one of my selfish desires is, oh, I want to get wealthy and all these things. But eventually, while you're walking down that road, and then also if you include it in your, I don't know if you're like, for me personally, I'm a religious, like yeah, I include it in my prayer. And the more you believe in it, and the more high likely it's going to happen. And then if you're struggling and stuff like that when you're starting your business, it's just because everything happens for a reason, and it's just you're getting this lessons along the way, so you can be able to share it to people while you make it, or while you're on like few steps ahead from the rest of the people, and you can share how they can get to that next level, right? And
Mhm.
that's how I see it. But yeah, man, it's what are some things too, I kind of want to ask is um like for content creation, just getting out of those things, like in general, well, how's that been, like the before and after you started working out, and
Got
like
it.
how
Yeah.
that impacted your communication skills or just relationship wise?
Hmm. Okay, now I got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so like at first, like I was like very antisocial, like didn't want to
yeah.
talk to anybody. But when I started like working out, even just in the gym, like sometimes I'll just be like, yo, bro, like doing good,
Yeah,
type of thing. Like, dude, I see you in here like all the time,
right.
type of thing, right? And it's just like sometimes it's just like that. But yeah, no, it's cool. Like it's been helping me a lot to sharpen my social skills because I used to be the dude that was just like, uh, I don't want to talk to you type of thing. Let
Hmm.
me just do my own thing. And even just with women, if it's at the gym or it's at the mall or wherever, like now I'm just like going up to women and just saying like, what's up type of thing. Just striking up conversations just with like whoever as well.
So it's been really valuable.
Mhm.
Man, because I was talking to one of the guys to TJ, was like
Mhm.
his impact on fitness and how it impacted his business as well. Like it's he said it was like a lot, it's a big change. And it impacted a lot on his business. And I would say, let's say if someone's trying to get into fitness, but they just seem like they can't get into it, man. Like, bro, I'm gonna get into it eventually, but I'm kind of maybe they might be a little bit kind of they don't know what to start on, or
Mhm.
they just I don't know, man. Like, what would you give an advice to someone who wants to start their fitness journey, but they just seem like it's impossible for them to get into it just because the standard in our society now is pretty high.
Right. Yeah, I get you. If I would have to give advice to somebody just like starting doesn't know,
Mm,
one, I would definitely say like don't go through the trial and error period. I would get a coach.
mm,
Um, I would definitely get somebody that knows what they're talking about too, because
mm,
there's coaches that have no clue like how the body works and how it works with working out and all this
mm,
stuff. Learn from them. And then it's something that you'll just like learn as you go. Like it's not like you're gonna know everything right away. Like it's a constant learning thing and being a student of
mm,
this. That's why I've been realizing like I have to keep learning about this stuff. There's always something new that's
mm,
uh, being implemented in some sort of way. So learning about like diet, that too, like that's a whole different like
mm.
spectrum of like fitness and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So yeah, definitely get a coach, know what you're doing when you're in the gym, have a plan, like a
Mm,
workout plan and all that stuff going into it.
yeah.
Cause like just doing whatever, like you're gonna hurt yourself
Yeah.
or you're gonna look like a buffoon, to be honest.
No,
So
no, for sure.
yeah.
I feel like I was a buffoon when I started, bro.
I was
No,
too, man. So
no, man. It was
yeah.
like when I started gym, it was just like, to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like looking at the people, what they're doing, or
Mhm.
like when I started like with my friends and stuff like that, or like sure, I had some knowledge on how you like on workouts on like basketball workouts, right?
Mhm.
But like hitting the gym is completely different. You gotta use your form right, like like
Mhm.
just certain body types and like which body parts you need to target. And like let's say if someone would start in a gym, do you want to go in the gym but they don't know where to start, where would you point them towards?
Learning about compound movements and getting used to the machines. So
Mm,
compound movements, this can get super technical, but using more than one body part at a time. So something like
mm,
squats
mm,
would be an example where you're using like your thighs or your quads,
mm.
hamstrings, all that good stuff, right? Like
Right.
hitting different muscle groups. Get used to those, like do that. Um, get good at form. Don't just
Mm.
plop 3 plates on the squat rack. Like start with just the bar, man.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hurt yourself. I
Mm.
mean, if you're a skinny shrimp and you're putting on 3 plates each side, yeah, like you're asking for it. So
Yeah, if I can get
like,
injured, bro.
yeah, like yeah. So yeah, keep it safe. If you can have somebody with you, even better. And like I said again, like have a coach that's knowledgeable because they'll guide you in the right direction and make sure that you don't get injured and you're doing everything correctly to actually build some solid size
Mm.
or losing weight, whatever
Yeah. Do you
you
think
want to
having a
do.
coach is like a required thing though? Like, let's say if like because personally for me, the way I learned was I mean, I also had some experience too. Like I did get
Mm-hmm.
coach, like coach when I was in the workouts in the basketball. Like we always
Right.
had trainer there, right? Like to help
Mm-hmm.
us with our form and stuff like that. And but let's say someone didn't, played sports in high school, they didn't do anything, right? Do you think
Mm-hmm.
it's possible for them to just start by themselves being self-taught, or do you think just having a coach is much more better when you're
Yeah.
starting?
I'm saying a coach because if they know what they're talking about, like
Mm,
they'll be like, okay, you don't want to do this because it's going to do X, Y, and Z for you.
right.
Right. And then do this because it does this and that. it'll just cut that learning curve for you.
Right.
You know, if you really want to go through the trial and error period, figure out for yourself, go through a bunch of injuries, be my guest. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, do you, bro?
100%.
But I mean, if you're willing to like learn about this, if you want to like actually get results and all that stuff, take it seriously. Because there's a lot of different factors that do go into it, like why people even just get coaches, even just for anything, right? Like not even fitness.
No, 100%, man.
Yeah, it's like actors have coaches. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? To get better at acting, to star in movies and all that
Yeah.
stuff. They need somebody that's already ahead of the game for them to actually get the results that they want.
No, for sure.
And then to surpass their coach. Like that's how it should be. So, yeah, like I said, like if it's something that you want to take serious, if you really want to get the results, I say go for it, you know, and just to avoid that time curve, because you probably always got stuff going on, school, work, you know, like
Yeah,
when
it's
are you
much,
gonna,
you know, 100%. I agree on that because even though let's say even the greats in certain sports, they had coaches, man. Like Kobe had, you know, his personal trainer. Even one of the greatest athlete of all time, he got a personal trainer, bro. So if
exactly.
you're not,
So,
if you're just starting out, you're a beginner and you're trying to get somewhere, you why did Kobe get his personal trainer and you can't, right? Like why shouldn't you get one too, right? But let's say someone can afford it.
sure.
Like what are
Yeah, of
some things
course.
that he can do,
Yeah.
bro? Like let's say I don't have money, I can't really invest in coach right now, but really want to get
Yeah.
into fitness, and what can I do
Got
to
it.
start?
Yeah. First thing, if you get like, if you're like young, let's say, like I'm talking like young, like 14, 15,
Yeah.
like ask a parent, you know,
Mm.
if they don't know anything about it, like if they're not, they're like, I don't know, like go ask around the gym, like ask somebody that is buff,
Yeah.
is there consistently. And mind you, these are for like the 18 to 20-year-old dudes too, like want
Yeah.
to end up,
Uh-huh.
like ask around to somebody that looks like they're not just yanking the cable too off the weight, like, you know, they know what they're doing, you can tell, and just go ask, and see what happens if they give you any sort of advice. But you know, they're not going to give you the whole like
Yeah.
A to Z like
No,
formula type of
100%.
thing. So
But yeah, so pretty much just asking
but
around.
yeah, asking around,
How about you if I walk up to you
yeah,
right now, bro? Like
hmm
I'm a beginner. Like I
yeah,
saw you at the gym, you're in the gym or no, like you're pumping weights. I'm like,
yeah,
yo, what's going on, man? I just started.
hmm
I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm trying to hit my bicep, get big, get good chest. Like it just happened that I asked that, but it could be anything, right? And
yeah.
like, what should I do on? Like, should I work on when I'm starting out?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, like I would just say something along the lines of like, first your breath smells. No, I'm just playing. But like, like yeah, dude. Like you want to be hitting like you know a whole type of different stuff. Like when it comes to that, like cable machines,
Yeah.
even just with the barbell, get used to that. Start light, focus on form type of
Mm.
deal. I would say. Mhm.
Just focus on form. All right. Start
Yeah.
light. Yeah, no, I remember that too because I took a intro to weight, bro.
hmm
Like it was so weird. I think I was around like 15 or 16 back then. It was like just an empty bar, bro. Like it felt so heavy for no reason. Like
hmm
there's empty bar, and then I started putting like 25s in it, 35s. It felt so heavy. And then but now like but the thing is, you gotta start somewhere. Like build
Yeah.
one step at
100%.
a time, man. It's
Yeah.
I feel like that's everything in life or just in business in general, or like it's the same thing, right? Just post that
hmm
one content even though it's so bad. And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
post
It's
it because you're building
yeah,
momentum, right?
and then you
And
get
then
better
okay, now you
eventually.
watch that or you
hmm
review it and be like, these are some things that I did good. These are some things that I could work on. Okay, next video, you implement that one thing you want to work on, and the next one again, you implement that
hmm
thing, right?
100%.
And It's the same thing in gym too. I feel like it was just like,
Yeah.
but for sure, bro. I think going back at it, like I want to ask, like, what do you believe your purpose is? Cause I kind of want to wrap this up to what are your purpose? What do you think your purpose is?
Yeah. It's honestly just to inspire other dudes to achieve their dream physique that have low confidence,
Mhm.
uh, don't know what to do when it comes to working out, want to get bigger, want to get like more confidence in themselves and getting more baddies, the babes. So, and then for them to eventually like start their own dream life, whatever that may be. I think honestly, that is my purpose to inspire.
Mhm.
Um, I got my funny side too. So making people laugh, where they just can like, relate. Just, yeah, I think that's honestly my purpose here on this planet.
Mhm.
And who knows? A couple of years from now, it may change. I don't know. But I feel like
100%,
that's
man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's one of the things is like fitness is it's a really big part of your life. Like health in
Mm-hmm.
general is just like taking care of your body. It's so important because if what's that saying like you gotta take care. I forgot. It's just this concept about if you're even though you might be the smartest person in the world, but if you're not taking care of your body, you're eating trash, and then it doesn't really reflect. Because if you're taking care of your mind, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna
Yeah.
eventually worry about, oh, I gotta take care of my body as well.
Yeah, like it goes into other things. Like what you
Mm-hmm.
put in your body is like who you are, like what your body even looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you eat clean, you're gonna look more ripped compared to like eating burgers all day. Like you're
No,
gonna you're
100%,
gonna
man.
have the gut and
And you
like
feel more confident too
yeah,
when you eat
yeah,
clean and
100%.
you feel
Feel
like
like the
you have
man.
more energy.
Yeah, yeah. So
Right.
and it applies even just with like discipline and all that stuff. Like when you're eating clean, working out like
Uh-huh.
consistently, like your discipline is up. You want to wake up most
Mm.
likely a lot earlier than like 8, 9 o'clock. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 a.m. type
Yeah.
of thing. And you're just like on your grind. And
Mm.
that's what's so cool. It just like blends into a lot of different things, not just like working out. It's like a whole lifestyle at the end of the day.
No, 100%, man.
Mhm.
All right. I got last few more questions for you, man. I'm gonna let you go.
All right,
Hey,
100%. Yeah, holding me hostage over here.
I appreciate your time, man. So I got, I don't know, like two or three more questions. First is, uh, who do you look up the most to? Like, yeah, let's start with that. Like, who do you look up the most to, or who influenced your life the most?
I mean, when it was like 2019, I will say Chris Heria. He did like calisthenics and all that stuff.
Mm,
So he was like the turning point to even start this. So I would definitely say him. Um, I would say Austin Dunham is another one. Like bodyweight calisthenics at the time, but also like working out, even just
mm,
stuff with like women he's doing now,
uh-huh,
talking about like confidence and all that
mm.
stuff. Um, I would also talk about definitely Trey Cockrum
Trey,
inside
yeah,
of
Trey's the guy,
yeah.
man. We're gonna be
So
seeing him in a minute, bro.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
And Jeremy Pogue is another one
yeah, Jeremy,
that's
I got that
inside of
guy.
CB. So big inspo from him.
Mm,
That's what kind of lit my fire again
mm,
with all this coming in. So definitely him. Yeah, there's some others. Even just like my parents, like my mom especially.
mm.
Like I love my mom so much. She's been a big help in all this.
Yeah, they've
And
probably impacted
yeah,
you in different ways, right? Same from
100%.
here.
Yeah, yeah. All different perspectives,
Yeah,
all different types of support. So yeah,
right.
blessed to even just be doing what I do.
All right. So let's say I'm gonna steal this one question from this one podcast I listened to. It's School of Greatness. He always asks,
Mhm.
like, let's say everything is taken from you, it's time to go now. You about to leave the world, bro, and
Mhm.
you can only leave three things for the world for you to remember you. What would those be? What would you want to be remembered for? Three main things that you can leave.
Three main things that I can leave. Um,
Like reminded of, right? Like reminded of.
yeah. Um, So for people to remember me, is that what you're asking
Yeah, like
basically?
let's say
Yeah,
if someone say Nick Drivas, oh, he's
got
that
it.
guy. He did this
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
Hmm. One would be these glasses because I wear
Okay.
these like all the time.
Okay.
Like that's one thing. Um, definitely my camera that I have, like I would leave that because like that's with all this that I do. Um, last thing would be,
I
huh,
mean, like, no,
I don't know.
not
Is
physical.
that what you mean? Or like I don't know. I'm like
Bro, I mean,
my phone.
like if I think about, like, let's say if I
Yeah,
think about Kobe, right? I think about, oh, he's a hard worker.
yeah,
He's relentless. Like,
word.
yeah, like someone like that. Like he's one of the hardest working person I know, and he's the most like have like this unconditional love.
Oh, it's not objects you're talking
Not
about.
objects, bro.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Object. I was like, wait, does he want object? Yo, okay. All right. So oh, okay. Yo, okay, now I know what to say. All right. So definitely work ethic. That is one thing. Because like I'm gonna say it, like I'm a fucking machine. Excuse my French again. But like, yo, I don't stop, bro. Like I'm on constant go
No, I
mode.
know.
Like,
I respect that
yeah,
for you, man. You do
that's
not stop.
that's like my thing is like even feedback from other people say it all the time, so that is something definitely um definitely I've been getting recently like listener. That's something to remember me
You want to
by.
be remembered off as our listener.
Yeah, a good listener to others and all that stuff. um and then three, not giving a flying fuck what anybody thinks.
Okay,
That
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So like that's my three things because honestly, like I was never a follower. This is what my mom says to me. You were never a follower growing up or even just with the line leader. You always wanted to be the leader of that line.
Right,
Like I never followed the crowd. I always wanted to do my own thing. So
right.
so that's tied into like not giving a flying F word about
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, man. It's
so yeah, that's the three things I would say,
mhm.
100%.
Okay. Last one. You got any book recommendation or something like that that impacted your life?
Oh, dude, I got tons, man. We may be here for another minute, but
Okay, give me one, bro. If you can recommend
all right,
one, just one. I know you got a lot.
yeah. Okay, this one right here that I'm currently reading, Letting Go, definitely recommend. It's by David R. Hawkins, and it talks about just like surrendering and letting go and forgiving, literally saying that it's really not that big of a deal with all this. And once you let go, then you'll start to get the things that you actually want in this life.
Man, all right. Well, Nick, appreciate your time, bro. It's been great. First
Of
episode
course.
done. Thank you very much for all the knowledge that you shared with us about content
Mhm.
creation, like just in fitness in general. Like, bro, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully, this is not the last, and best of luck in your future, man. I'm always gonna be here. And yeah, I just want to compliment you. You're like really a hard worker. Outside of this, you inspired me on a lot of ways, like being consistent and you just checking in with me. Like that's a big thing, man. Like
Mhm.
guess what? Even though I haven't seen you in person, bro, I just know we're gonna kick it eventually. I'll
Word.
probably go there at New York. I don't know,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
bro.
100%.
Yeah, well, that's it for today's podcast. I don't know, it might be clunky. I don't know what like what should I ask or anything, but like hey, it's the beginning, first episode. Hope you guys got some
Word.
value of it. But yeah, man, appreciate your time.